now.
Okay. Question number 4. Relaxation time tau is nearly independent of the applied electric field, right? Relaxation time is why independent? Because it was such a high speed, because of which they are colliding faster, that it does not change much with the electric field. First fact is responsible for Ohm's law, and second fact leads to the variation of resistivity with temperature. It changes significantly with temperature. Okay, explain how. Explain how. Relaxation time depends upon speed of electron. Speed increases significantly with temperature. But with electric field, it will be very, very small increase. That is the drift velocity, and drift velocity order is yes. So relaxation time is independent of electric field. Why? Because electric field increases the drift velocity, and temperature increases thermal speed. Thermal speed is question number 4 done. Obviously, first fact is responsible for Ohm's law. How it is responsible for Ohm's law? Because at a constant temperature, the V by I will be constant. There is not much collision is going to happen. At a constant temperature, it will also relaxation time will remain same. Number of collision will remain same. And the second fact leads to variation of resistivity with temperature. So when we increase temperature, then there will be change in the relaxation time, change will be collision frequency. It will be colliding faster, and therefore the resistivity will increase. So that's okay. Question number 5 and 6. Question number second part. Three materials have conductivity sigma, 2 sigma, and 3 sigma. The number densities are n, 2n, and n. For which material the average time of free electron, average collision time of free electron is maximum? For which tau is maximum? Question number fourth, second part. How we compare this? How we compare this sigma, 2 sigma, and 3 sigma? So you have to speak, you have to participate in the discussion. That's the Friday class is for. I should not be the only one speaking. This is the class where I should get to know how much you understood. So question number 4, second part is saying that if there are three different materials having conductivity sigma, 2 sigma, and 2 sigma, and number density is n, 2, and n, for which material the average collision time is maximum? So sigma का formula क्या था? Sigma was n e square tau by
tau by
n.
n.
Yes. So tau will become m by e square. This all is constant, and sigma by n. So tau is proportional to sigma by n. Tau 1 is to tau 2 is to tau 3 will be sigma by n is to 2 sigma by 2n, and is to 2 sigma by n. So it become how much? 1 is to 1 is to 2, which has maximum collision time. The third one, tau 3 is maximum. 1 and 2 relaxation time is same. Yeah, right. Question number fifth. Fifth we have done, I think, already. We discussed this theoretically. The split speed of electron is of the order of few millimeter per second, so it will be 10 to the power minus 2. Mean relaxation time is inversely proportional to temperature, so it is inversely proportional to relaxation time. The number of collisions is inversely proportional to tau. So it is inversely proportional to temperature. On temperature increases, mean relaxation time will decrease. Question number 7. This we discussed, I think, last
We
class.
discussed this.
This discussed.
So
Yes.
this was you have done.
Question number 8.
तो ये सब कर लिया था हमने.
फिर इधर से स्टार्ट किया था.
अच्छा 8 भी कर लिया, 9 भी कर लिया.
8 we didn't do it. We didn't do it. I think we skipped it.
Yes, we didn't do 8 because we have to do, I think, this concept, and this is for both the batches. So the stretching of a wire. When we stretch a wire, oh, I missed anything because my device is malfunctioning to sigma and that is my correct answer. Okay, that is for question 4. Okay, Bharat, I think it's
So because yesterday we were doing hollow sphere, because we had to finish some of the concepts.
yeah, hollow sphere, and we did, I think, for us solid hollow cylinder as well.
Yes, sir. We even did resistance of metallic wire.
Resistance of metallic wire having non-uniform cross-section area. This we have to do. Did we find the resistance of this type of wire? I don't think so.
No, sir.
One side radius is R1, other side radius is R2, and the length is L. Right. Okay.
So we're done
पहले
with
हमने
it.
we have done this.
इसका derivation तो किया था कि इससे resistance कितनी होगी.
Okay, I don't know. In some batch, maybe in weekend we have done resistance of a non-uniform wire. लोग फ्राइडे क्लास को ऑप्शनल समझ लेते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग नहीं
तो
है कुछ.
इसका rho L upon phi R1 R2 होता है.
Yes, yes, yes. So L1
Yes, sir, we did this.
that means we did this. Okay. Non-uniform wire. I was discussing something. There are few students who are having class of chemistry because chemistry, I think, 2 different batches, different syllabus is going on. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
So like Rahul told me that he won't be able to because he has to attend the chemistry class. So is there any other possibility of time like okay, so that the same case will be on Tuesday. Even if we shift it on Tuesday, it will be the okay. So I think we can do that. We can shift.
You
We
came
can.
4 to 5:30 then?
Beta?
4 to 5:30 on Friday.
4 to 5:30 is for the other batch, Monday, Wednesday batch. Actually, in physics, these 2 batches, Tuesday, Thursday, and weekend batch has same syllabus, but in chemistry they have different. So one batch every time suffers either of the 2 in chemistry. So is it possible for us to change this time on Tuesday, or I'll ask chemistry sir if we can take that slot Tuesday evening 7 or no, but Tuesday you have the AP sir's class at 7:30. So that won't be possible. Only possibility is 5:30 to 7. Okay, that's not possible. Okay, fine. What about weekends morning? Weekend morning like 8:30 types. Dishita, she is not here. She has probably Akash classes. So in chemistry, is it a temporary thing having the different syllabus, or it will continue throughout the session? अभी क्या चल रहा है बेटा केमिस्ट्री में? अर्नव आपके बैच में?
Reading organic.
So we're doing organic chemistry. Hello, Areens.
And in the other batch? In the other batch, what is going on? Physical? वीकेंड बैच का है कोई अभी मैदान में? चलो मैं सर से एक बार करता हूँ डिस्कस, बिकॉज ना some students have to miss every time. So ये तो हमने कर लिए थे रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ hollow cylindrical wire and hollow sphere on a non-uniform wire, non-uniform cross section wire. आप लोगों में किसी का कोई डाउट ही नहीं है? कृति, मिहिर, नव्या, so strange and so surprising. Means you guys are not doing the DPPs. Very good. Resistance of a wire on stretching. This concept we have to teach. I had to teach in the class. So maybe half of the class is missing. Resistance of a wire formula is R is equal to rho into L divided by A. And based on this, we derived the formula for resistance of a hollow sphere, resistance of a hollow cylinder, and resistance of a non-uniform. Now, if suppose we stretch the wire so that its length become n times initial length, maybe double, maybe triple. So stretching of a wire will cause the change in its dimension. But since we are not using extra material, it is the same material. If length is increased, then area will decrease accordingly. Suppose initial length was L, initial area was A, and on increasing this length to n times, the area will reduce, it becomes 1 by n. So initial resistance is suppose R. That is rho times L by A. When we stretch this wire, on stretching the dimension changed. So material is same, resistivity will same. On stretching the length of wire comes n times initial length. N can be 2, 3, but it has to be a bigger number. N times initial length. Then what happens? Area will decrease because length is increasing and total volume has to remain constant by mass conservation or by volume conservation. Mass is density into volume. Since it is the same material, stretch करने के बाद भी material same ही रहेगा. So A into L will be equal to A dash times L dash. L dash is n times L, so A dash will be A divided by N. Length increases n times, then resistance, area will decrease to 1 by n times. Now the new resistance of this wire on stretching the wire of resistance will change, and that new resistance will become n square times the original initial resistance. Because it will be rho times L dash by A dash. L dash is NL, A dash is A by N. So it will be N square times rho L by A. The new resistance will become N square times initial resistance. So अगर हमने length को double किया है, resistance 4 times. अगर हमने length को triple किया है, resistance will become 9 times and so on. But this will be only when the change in the length is quite large. जैसे हमने double, triple, half times, 1.5 times. If we do a very, very small change, maybe 1%, 2%, then this formula is not best formula to use. Resistance of wire becomes N squared times initial resistance. Right? Okay, so now with this formula, with this help, we can do that question. Right. The conductor of length is connected to a DC source. DC means a constant battery source. Length of conductor is tripled by stretching. Length is tripled, keeping E constant. What happens to the drift speed? So how we calculate the drift speed? Drift speed we will determine by the current, and current will determine by the resistance. What happens to the resistance? If length is tripled, then resistance will become 9 times. Resistance will become 9 times. So if its initial resistance is R, current is I is equal to V by R. On stretching the length triple, area will become 1/3. So the new resistance will become 9 times R, and I dash will become V by 9R. That is, current is reduced 1 by 9. So what happens to the drift speed? Now to calculate this speed, we have to use this formula. I is equal to NEAVD. Material is same, so N will remain same. E is charge of electron, same. A is area. Now area is not same. Area here is A, if then becomes 1/3. You will have to use this relation. I become I by 9, N E, area become 1/3, and that 1/3, and that is the drift speed, PD dash for the new one. Now divide the two and calculate the value of VD dash in terms of VD. What should be the answer?
1/3.
It becomes 1/3.
It continues directly, but then answer alag aata. If we just use the logic that by increasing the length by n times, area becomes A by n. So if we just put it in the formula, then we'll get that drift speed becomes 3 times.
But current is also changing now.
Okay.
Another formula, if you want to use, you can use that formula, but PD is equal to E into tau by M times capital E. All these quantity remaining constant, it is directly proportional to electric field. Since the same DC volt battery is connected, initial E is V by L, now length is tripled, and the same potential difference is connected by the battery. New electric field will become 1/3. And since drift speed is directly proportional to electric field applied, this formula you could have used. Okay, Pavni, we are doing this last DPP that we started in the last class.
Yes.
You, I think, joined just now. Late.
Yes, sir. So I had messaged you regarding the class.
Yeah. I got the message. Any doubt from last class?
No, sir.
Meher, you didn't solve any question from any book, any numerical?
So far I'm going through NCERT. And some of the TPPs I started, sir. Not complete.
Going through means solving questions also, no? Just reading through.
No, so going through is first and doing questions, sir.
And the NCERT questions you are able to solve.
Most, sir.
Okay. Great. Then question number 11, I think we did. Similar question we did. So if you want, you can try this. If you want, you can do it homework. 11th is similar to the second number, question number 2. A copper wire of diameter 1 mm carries a current of 1.1 ampere. Drift speed of electron is that you have to calculate. So it is a similar question as we did last class. I is given small n, that is the current free electron density, that is not known. Small n we have to find. Area, diameter given hai. So the density of copper is 9 gram per centimeter cube, and we have to find the number of electrons in 1 meter cube. So mass of 1 meter cube volume of copper, mass is density into volume. Density 9 gram per centimeter cube. Volume 1 meter cube को change करेंगे हम centimeter cube में, so that become 9 to 10 to the power 6 gram. Number of moles, because it is given that the atomic weight, number of moles of copper in 1 meter cube volume is 9 into 10 to the power 6 divided by 63. Multiply by Avogadro number, we will get number of atoms. Each atom contribute 1 electron, so same will be the small n, and calculate the value of drift velocity from here by using this. I is given, small n we just calculated, E into A.
I'm getting 0.857 into 10 raised to minus 17.
Which option is the answer? Coming one of these 4 options.
No, so I think it's wrong.
Yeah, diameter is 1 mm, so radius will be 0.5 mm. 0.5 mm को change करेंगे मीटर में, so into 10 to the power minus 3. Pi into 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole square. Anyone getting first option? Answer is 0.11. 0.11 millimeter per second, and which is approximately closer to the first option. 0.1. Can use calculator later on, maybe. Let's move to the next question. In a metallic block, no potential difference is applied. If there is no potential difference applied, then mean free velocity of electron is proportional to d, proportional to root t. Question number 12. If there is no potential applied, then all the energy will be only because of the temperature. और temperature की energy कैसे calculate करते हैं? We consider every free electron to be similar to that of a gas atom. और gas atom अगर temperature T पर हो तो उसके पास जो energy होती है that is 3/2 kBT. So V square is proportional to D or V is proportional to root T. Thermal speed will be proportional to root of temperature T. Answer is B. Question number 13. Current given है, बाकी सारी information का कोई use नहीं है. Current is given 0.5. I is equal to N into E. N is the number of protons crossing per unit time. That 5 millielectron volt and 1.5 is not required. That information is extra information which is not required. Question number 14. Question number 14. Solve quickly. Bharat, are you writing something on chat? Can you please share your notes? Which notes? Last class notes? Oh my God. Color coding of register कुछ नहीं यार, पढ़ लेंगे बच्चों वाली चीजें. This class notes I will share. Color coding has no value for the JEE. Yes, ठीक है. School में या practical में they ask, but we will do it. Don't worry. Question number 14. Since they are current in series, again the current will be same. Drift velocity calculate करने के लिए we use J. J is equal to I by 8. J is an EVD. The current density is directly proportional to drift speed, and current density will be I by area. Since they are in series, their current will be same. So it will be inversely proportional to area. Check. Area radius is 5 and 7. So square will be 25 by 49. Answer will be inversely proportional. So C option. Right?
Yes, sir.
Understood question number 14?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question number question number 15. Electron moving through a wire has an average velocity is very small order of speed because I think this also very
Could be. Sorry, C.
suffers B. Electron suffers spinning collision. Question number 16. 16 you can leave maybe. There's a heat also. Temperature dependence of drift velocity depends on the following factor. Temperature dependence of drift velocity. Drift velocity depends upon temperature. How you have to explain? On increasing the number of temperature, the number of charge carrier increases. Can change with temperature. Is it correct? 17th A. Is it correct?
I think so.
In the semiconductor, yes, it is correct, because in semiconductor, the number of electrons and holes will be produced when the temperature is increased. Small n will be increasing. Time interval between two successive collision can depend upon temperature. Absolutely, because thermal speed increases, collision will be much quicker. Time between two collision will be decreased because the thermal speed has increased. Length of metal is a function of temperature. Is it correct?
No, yes, sir.
It is correct, but it has nothing to do with drift velocity dependence on temperature. That's why C will not be the correct option here. That statement in itself is correct, that length will increase with increase in temperature according to the linear expansion. Right?
Yes, sir.
बेटा बाकी लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है? मेयर का माइक म्यूट है, वेरी नाइस. और कृति, नव्या, नीति. Question number 18. This conceptual, so let's do. In this circuit shown, T is equal to 0 पे हमने switch को close किया. No energy is absorbed by electron till current reaches maximum value. Is it correct? Obviously not. जैसे हम स्विच को क्लोज करेंगे, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लगेगी, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड आ जाएगी, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड से एक्सेलरेशन, एक्सेलरेशन से वेलोसिटी और वेलोसिटी से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, वेलोसिटी से एनर्जी. That means first option is incorrect. From T is equal to 0, the instant current in the circuit is maximum. Energy absorbed by electron is this. ये कैसे करेंगे? 0 से लेके maximum, maximum मतलब जो वैल्यू आएगी 6/6, that is 1 ampere. Yes. How we solve B part? Any idea?
So we can find out. No, I don't think there's a way to do this.
We can find.
I was thinking we could find current, then we could find the drift velocity, then we could find the kinetic energy of the electron.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we'll do. First, we calculate the drift velocity from the current. Current is 1 ampere. Find out the drift speed and then half into mv square. Now, length and I think area should also be known. Otherwise, how will you calculate? Is it given?
No, sir.
How do we know how many electrons are there? Yeah, so information is missing here. Cannot solve this. It's not the method is same. We'll find out VD. From VD, we'll find out the kinetic energy, and all of the kinetic energy will be lost in the form of heat. Question 19. When the condition is missing, I guess it is not a paragraph question because only current and area is given. We cannot calculate the drift speed only by these two values. Can we? I is equal to NEVD. No.
So if we remember the density of copper, then we can.
Then also I think cannot. How then?
So length will still be missing, I think.
Yeah, length is still missing, so we cannot directly calculate by that. The length and area should be given. So these questions, I think they are from some other paragraph. Some information should have been given. So, anyways, like if resistivity is given, then we can calculate in the answer. They have used the resistivity. resistivity is given, then E is equal to rho times E is equal to rho times J, and J will be I by A, so we can calculate electric field by that. If rho will be given, then J is I by area, and drift speed J is equal to small n E into Vd. So if J is given, small n that number of electrons per unit volume, so I think that should be given, or you can use from the previous question. J is given, J we can calculate I upon pi r square. I is equal to J is equal to I upon pi r square, and J will be equal to NEV. Right. Okay. So I think these questions are from some other, like question number 20. Question number 20 is a wire of 5.8 meter long, 2 millimeter diameter carries 750 milliampere current when 22 millivolt potential difference is applied at its end. If drift speed of electron is found 1.7 10 to the power minus 5, then current has to be right. Here I think all the information are given. J will be I by area, and electric field, or electric field, what have to find, and number of electrons. So yes, we can calculate directly by using the formula J is equal to NE into VD. प्लस साथ में सॉल्व करते चलो, बाद में तो वैसे भी करते नहीं हो, सो एटलीस्ट बीच में जो 18-19 क्वेश्चन थे उनमें हमें इंफॉर्मेशन पिछले क्वेश्चन से यूज करनी पड़ेगी, देन वी कैन सॉल्व, otherwise information insufficient. For exam, if any such question comes, you have to leave, don't take any guesswork, that is counted as minus mark. Even in the question gets bonus, you will not get the bonus marks, because if the information was insufficient, how did you get one answer out of the 4? Question number 20. Question number 20. Yeah, solve and get the answer for question number 20. Solve question number 20. Which options are correct in question number 20?
I think first option is correct.
First option is correct in question number 20. Yes, first option is correct, right? And it's a multiple choice question, more than one correct answer.
So second is obviously incorrect then, and third, fourth comes with checking.
First is correct, then second obviously it will be incorrect.
Sir, D.
D is correct. Who gave the answer? Navya?
Yes, sir.
A and D are the correct answer, right? Question number 21. At 27 degrees Celsius in a copper cube, number of free electrons is 8.5 10 to the power 28. The resistivity is this. The mean free path of electron. Now, what is the mean free path? The mean free path, similar to the gas, the average distance covered between two collisions is defined as mean free path. Right? So, question number 21, how do we calculate the mean free path? थोड़ा गैस वाला क्वेश्चन बन गया है, kinetic theory of gases, you remember. अच्छी बात है, नहीं तो आप अभी देखो नहीं साथ. How we solve it?
So 11 skip किया था वो हमने.
Time. हाँ.
Start school skip the topic in 11.
Very nice. But J, in J they won't have any kind of relaxation that you escaped or the CBSE board escaped or the pandemic escaped. Okay, what we have to calculate is the distance between two collision. So that distance we can calculate the speed. Which is speed? Drift speed? No, not the drift speed, because here the electric field is not applied. So this electric field is which one? This speed is which one? That thermal speed.
Thermal.
Thermal speed is because of the electron RMS speed. And if you remember, if you don't remember, I'm writing this. VRMS speed is 3 kBt by small m or 3 RT upon capital M. Capital R divided by Avogadro number will become kV. So here, if you multiply by Avogadro number in the numerator and denominator, it become R divided by molecular mass. And this is copper. That is 63.5. 8.314. Temperature in Kelvin 298. And this is 63.5. Right? So now we'll substitute the value here and accordingly we'll find the VRMS. Now another information that we require is, acha, sorry. Something is wrong. What is wrong? This is electron speed. So mass has to be for one electron only. It has to be kBd. That is the mistake. So this divided by Avogadro number is Boltzmann constant and multiply by the mass of one electron, which is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus. This is the thermal speed of electron. So mass भी हम electron का लेंगे, copper के atoms को fix है. Sorry. Thermal velocity of free electron will be √3 kBt upon m. Kb is the Boltzmann constant. Boltzmann constant is gas constant divided by Avogadro number. And this we can solve from here. This is the speed, thermal velocity. Now time between the two collision that we can calculate from the value of resistivity. Resistivity का formula था m divided by n e square tau. So tau will be m divided by n e square rho. Now the mean free path, which is the distance covered between the two collision, L will be equal to V thermal velocity into tau. Yes, solve and get the answer. Yeah, what's the answer? For the timing, you may take the help of the calculator, but not in the exam. So this mean free path will be some 5 into n times angstrom, and angstrom is 10 to the power minus 10. Yes.
So in the VRMS formula, what is M? It's the mass.
M is the formula of the mass which is moving here in this resistivity formula.
So in both the formulas.
Mass of the electron only.
Okay.
And 9.1 to 10 raised to the power minus 31. Yes, anyone got the answer? And is and should come out 5, I guess. But a calculator use kar lo, but quickly solve it so that we can save the time. Yes, done. Clear answer. Very good. According to this, VRMS should come out 10 to the power 5 meter per second. The relaxation time should come out 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 14 second. And N will come out. So length, the value of this mean free path will come out 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus. Yeah, I think it's wrong. Yeah. 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 10. Then how it become 25 in this problem? 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 9, I guess. That might be wrong. It become 25 into 10 raised to power minus 10, and n value should be 5. You can use calculator maybe later on. अभी बस ये method समझना था how we solve these type of questions in which the length between the two collision we have to calculate. Right, question number 21, next 22. Yes, 22 is again a very good question. The cylindrical conductor carries a current. That current density is varying now. Current density is not constant anymore. It is varying with the radial distance r from the axis, and as a r square time a is constant. The current through the outer portion of wire between r by 2 to r is proportional to r to the power k, where r is the radius. Find the value of k. In the cross section of that cylinder, the wire is not, the current is not uniform, current is non-uniform, and current density is a function of r. So this is the cylindrical cross section of a wire. The current density is a function of small r. Small r is the radial distance from the axis. The current density on this r distance is proportional to a into r square. So we have to consider a very thin shell at that distance only. So consider a thin spherical, thin cylindrical shell. Consider a thin cylindrical shell having cross section area. So cross section area of this cylindrical shell is, its radius is r and thickness is dr. इससे जो करंट बाहर निकल रही होगी, that current we can find as a small current di. Di is equal to j times dA. The current that comes out through this smaller area, di will be j into dA. dA is this area of this smaller ring. dA will be length. Length is 2 pi r into width, that is dr. J into 2 pi r dr. J is also a function of a times r square into 2 pi r times dr. और ये बोल रहा है कहाँ
Why is
से?
it 2 pi r dr?
This is a ring. Every ring cross section area will be length into width. This is,
Okay.
if you calculate outer minus inner, then also you'll get the same thing. But the shortcut that we use, if we cut it and straighten like a wire or something, it will be a rectangle having a length of 2 pi r and having a breadth of dr.
Yes, no, so I thought it should be pi bracket r square minus dr square.
It should be pi bracket r plus dr whole square minus pi r square. Here also if we apply the formula, a minus b into a plus b. So, or maybe a square plus b square plus 2ab minus r square. R square cancel. dr is already very small. When you do the square, it becomes even smaller. It will be closer to 0. It will be 2 pi r times dr. So j is not a constant, that is a function of r. It becomes 2 pi a r cube dr. We integrate this from r by 2 to capital R, and this is the current I. What will be the answer then? What will be the answer then? Yes. What will be answer? अरे तो इंटीग्रेट ही करना है यार सीधे.
So will K be 4?
R to the power 4.
So
You
K
have
will
to
be 4.
बेटा इसको इंटीग्रेट करोगे तो 2 पाई तो
Yes,
कांस्टेंट है.
sir. R will be raised to the power 4.
Or 4 by 4, and then we have to apply the limit if we have to find the exact value. But whether you put the value r by 2 or r, the r to the power will still remain 4 only. So k value is 4. Correct? Okay. Next. मैं सारे क्वेश्चन में इसलिए करा रहा हूँ, ये सारे इस तरह के क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आते हैं और आ चुके हैं. आप लोग कर नहीं रहे हो, ये बहुत गलत बात है. Right. Next question is question number 23. Synthetic metal wire with monomer this has a mass density to the cross-section area is uniform. Right. Okay. And something is missing. Yeah, mass density is missing. Mass density is 9 to the raised to power 3. This value is missing here. You can add. Has a mass density 9 to 10 raised to power 3. This will be the similar question जैसे हमने second part में किया था. You just need to calculate the small n, number of free electrons. Match the following column 1 with their orders in column 2. Drift velocity of electron in metallic conductor is of the order of. Yes, so this is the whole. Drift velocity is of the order of a millimeter per second, so it will be 10 raised to power. It will be
Minus
10
3.
raised to power minus 3
3.
millimeter. If it is in meter, then how much it will be?
Minus 6. No,
And
wait.
so it will be even smaller. That means that the order is 10 raised to power. I mean, this is not given that it is in meter per second or centimeter per second. So we can assume that it is meter per second standard. So few millimeter is 10 to the power minus 4. It is the order of few millimeter, 0.1, 0.2 millimeter, 10 to the power minus 4. So drift velocity will be t. Speed of electron in atomic orbit. Very nice. Electron की अपने
10 to
atomic
the power
orbit
6.
10 to the power 6.
I think it's
10 to the power 6.
6.
Yes. And third one, resistivity of metal. Resistivity of metal is quite
10 to the
less.
power minus 8.
So third answer will be 10 to the power minus 8. Yes. Temperature coefficient is 10 to the power. Oh, temperature coefficient is. It's again very small, 10 to the power minus 3. Average thermal speed is 10 to the power 5 or 6. So this is like in the range of the order. So there's no fixed answer. It will be A straight cylindrical wire lying along the axis has a length 0.5 meter, diameter 0.2, has resistivity is 4, and the potential difference is maintained along this. Then find the resistance, find the current, find the characteristic. Very simple. Resistance is rho L by A. Current in the wire is I is equal to V by R, and current density is I by A. So you can solve it. हमने temperature dependence of resistivity कर लिया class में? No, I think that is the next topic we are supposed to do. Did we do temperature dependence of resistivity?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay, so that we'll do next class. So that's next DPP is based on that only. Finish it in the remaining time. What is the question? Yes, solve. Yes.
So first you ask, third is the other option.
25 answer is
So either A or C.
no 50-50. और कोई कर ही नहीं रहा क्या चक्कर क्या ईशा व्हाट्स योर आंसर कृति आयल yes distance of the wire is
So 0.6 का order आ रहा है, but I'm not sure इसमें decimals में क्या है.
solve करोगे तो C आएगा शायद 0.637 is the answer. Current is V by R, so V is 4 and it is 0.637. बाकी और कोई solve नहीं कर रहा है. Kriti, what is your answer for 25 and 26?
So C option 6.28.
Current in the wire is C option 6.28. Current density is I upon area, so when that's $27 answer is yes. What is the answer for 27? Okay, I have also uploaded the capacitor test on the prep door. So log into prep door your account and then solve for the capacitor test. 27 answer should come out B.
So B.
Yeah, should be B. The last passage, steady beam of electron alpha particles traveling with a constant energy carries a current 0.25. Okay. In microampere in space, how many alpha particles strike a surface perpendicular to their path in 1.6 seconds? How many alpha particles strike a surface perpendicular to their path in 1 second? Because 1.6 second. Current is known 0.25. I is equal to NE से small n आ जाएगा number of particles per second, and then we multiply by 1.6 to find the total number of particle in 1.6 second. Right? पहले small n calculate करेंगे. Small n is the number of electrons per second. But इस केस में ध्यान का रखना है, जब हम चार्ज क्या लिखेंगे, चार्ज is on alpha particle, it is 2e. Alpha particle is helium nucleus, so it will not take I is equal to n times e. Metal के केस में हम लेते थे I is equal to ne because there was electron moving. Now it is n times 2e, because if there is an alpha particle has charge of plus 2e and it is crossing an area. Right? I is equal to n into 2e and small n multiply by 1.6 second. ये हमें calculate करना है. The number of charge crossing in 1.6 second. How many alpha particles are there given in 10 centimeter of p? Okay, 29 कैसे calculate करेंगे? With the help of speed, 20 million electron volt is the energy. So it is again a little calculative question. Kinetic energy is half mv square. यहाँ से हम speed calculate करेंगे. Speed is √2k by m, and from that speed we'll find out how much time it is taking, or 10 centimeter, how much time it is taking, and then multiply by the number of electrons in 1 second. There also we can use. What is the value of accelerating potential for alpha particle? Accelerating value kahan se mili? Work done is equal to Q into V, and because of this work done only it has kinetic energy. So it is 2E into V, and that is 20 million electron volt. That's how we'll find the energy. So answer for 28. Answer for 28 is A, answer for 29 is B, and answer for 30 is C. That you have to solve on your own. I just told the method. Right? पहले हम क्या करेंगे, स्पीड कैलकुलेट करेंगे. 1.6 सेकंड में कितना नंबर ऑफ अल्फा पार्टिकल्स क्रॉस कर रहे हैं, दैट I is equal to n times c, and then in 10 centimeter we will find out 10 centimeter क्रॉस करने में कितना टाइम लगेगा, that we will calculate, and then with that we will calculate how many number of accelerating particles are there. Right? Understood? तो बेटा ये एक्सरसाइज हमने कर ली है, एंड प्लीज आई एक्सपेक्ट कि कम से कम एसएल अरोड़ा और एनसीईआरटी आप करके रखोगे फ्राइडे क्लास के लिए. डोंट वेस्ट दिस टाइम. इफ यू डोंट हैव डाउट्स एंड वांट टू डू क्वेश्चन, वी कैन प्रोसीड विद द थ्योरी. बट आधे लोग आते नहीं है, जो आते हैं वो कुछ करके नहीं आते. दैट शुड नॉट हैपन. अगले संडे वी आर प्लानिंग टू हैव अ पीटीएम एंड विल डिस्कस दिस विद योर पेरेंट्स आल्सो. Next Sunday, probably 4th of July, we'll not have class. At class time we will have the online PTM with your parents, because you can get result only when you follow the instruction.
Okay.
Okay, then that's it for today. I have sent the other DPP, but we'll do the concept tomorrow first, and then you attempt. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.